Alright, so let me explain why I'm late. And I'm not starting with the main echo today. I'll start with the main echo tomorrow. I went to bed too late last night. I planned on getting up and getting a bath before I started. Because I had to mow the lawn yesterday. Covered in pollen and allergens and shit. I woke up at 1:30 instead of midnight. So I had to get the bath. And I'm here at like 2:30. Oops. I figured since I'm starting late, and because I kind of left DoD on a boss yesterday too, I kind of want to just start with DoD today and just do DoD today. In addition, yeah, a lot of the time, if you just see me boot the game on Steam, it means I'm going to be playing. Sometimes you'll see me boot the game twice because it doesn't register your controller unless your controller's on beforehand. And often I forget to hit a button on my controller first. So, I have some cool news to share today. I think, like, should I, like, get some more stuff maybe before going back to those bosses? They weren't going terribly, but they also weren't going very well. So maybe I could get some drops. You know, it would be nice if I could get that better weapon for Amelia, actually. But I want to get Dragon Dropper for her first. But she still hasn't learned. She's like halfway there, I think. Yeah. So I'll just do some random fights in here, I think, for a little bit. So. The cool news. This will probably be happening after DoD, or maybe a bit later even, depending on how both parties feel. But I've convinced my best friend of 20 years to play Devil Decline. Together on, sorry, not Devil, GOS, Genesis Severus, together on stream. He's traditionally not a Toho fan, but he likes RPGs. He's the guy I've been talking about lately that I've been playing Dragon Quest with. And we finished Dragon Quest IV yesterday. We were overall not pleased with the game. Felt very long and padded and grindy. Not a great experience, but I was thinking, like, you know, if he's willing to play this franchise he's never played before, like, just so he can maybe get to the newer games and have a good time with them, because that's how he likes to approach new things. Like, even if he doesn't like Toho, maybe I could get him to just view GOS as a fresh experience. Because even if you don't care about Toho, it's a damn solid game. You know, I don't just like GOS because it's Toho. That's just icing on the cake. It's just so good. Yeah, neither of us were pleased at all with Dragon Quest IV. I guess it tries to do some cool stuff, but I feel like it just falls flat on all of it. I don't really know how to specify all of my complaints with it. It's kind of hard. A lot of the guides we read said to grind to like 50 or 55 for the chapter 6 like post-game boss fight. We did it like 45. And what's crazy is you get a new party member for this final boss fight, and he comes in at level 35, and it takes as long to get him from level 35 to 36 as it does to get like another character from like 44 to 45 or so. We grinded for like half an hour for him because he gets one really good skill at level 36, just to get him that one level. Mind you, this is on emulator with a massive speed up. It's just terrible. The combat's not very engaging or enthralling either. It's just really boring Dragon Quest combat. And because I guess we were supposedly underleveled, I don't know. Sometimes the boss would just do like this terrible cold breath attack twice in one turn as the last phase, and just that alone is enough to kill a couple members. And mind you, we were making it a little bit harder on ourselves, maybe. We decided on our party and stuck to the party. But there's 8 party members in the game. So we went out of our way to not use the healing mage or the like general mage. We only use the offensive mage and use the hero as the healing mage, essentially as a hybrid. What this meant functionally is that until we got that party member in the post game at level 36, we didn't have a single buff. No buffs for the entire game. But I don't know, man. I see mage who does big booms, I want to use the mage who does the big booms. And unfortunately, my friend wanted to use two characters who amount to clicking the attack button and just hoping they do big damage. One of them has a 1 in 10 chance of goofing off. So we technically did make our run a little bit harder than it needed to be. I don't really have a follow-up to that sentence, but we still didn't enjoy the game. Is it partially our fault? Maybe. I feel it's also more than partially the game's fault. I don't know. Fact is, we didn't have a very good time. The game should theoretically get better from here on out. He's looking forward to like 7 and 8. I forget which ones specifically. I have no Dragon Quest knowledge really besides the 4 I've now played. And I think I played like 2 hours of 8 as a kid. But it didn't hook me because I was a kid. So, yeah. Can't control that. Let's see. Maybe just using spear skills will help her level the skill faster. I don't really know. As long as she's attacking, that's really enough, I would assume. Good experience, not a great one. But yeah, I look forward to the GOS co-op run. I frequently do co-op runs with him actually in single-player games. We'll like take an RPG and we'll say, I'll get these characters, you'll get these characters. We'll take turns and we'll control our own characters. And Dragon Quest that ended up not happening at the end because his characters were just attacking. So it was just faster for me to just do everything at that point. In fact, by the end of the game, for the most part, we actually left everyone except the hero on AI control. We just let them do what they thought they should do. And it worked just fine for the most part. So I guess that's one strength. The AI is decent as, like, your allies. Only decent. I did notice some issues with the secret party member, where he kept on using the wrong heal spell. He would use, like, the party really weak heal, even if there was one person on critically low HP and everyone else was full, instead of using the spell called full heal. So maybe it's just as well that we didn't really have like a healer or buffer in the party because we would have had to control manually, which we did for most of the game anyway. I'm just finding things to complain about at this point though, really, I think. What else is new? But hopefully I don't need too much to get past this boss in DoD. I don't know what Oku's level is. I haven't looked in a while. She should theoretically be more or less caught up to everyone now. Right, these guys are dangerous actually. I need to not just mess around here. Sure would be a nice time to have fire damage. Oh wait, thunder. Adventure of Dai. I know the name, but I've never played it. I don't really know anything about it at all, no. I think there's like an anime or manga. If there's a game as well, I don't know anything about it. I don't really know too much about the Dragon Quest series as a whole. My longest running experience with it was... It's just manga anime. Okay. My longest experience is I played the original Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest 1, as a kid on the NES. Didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. Generally just tried to walk as far as I could in the world map until I got killed by something too strong for me. It was fun. It was fun. I don't know how to make that experience I just described sound fun, but it was fun. Being a kid and not knowing what you were doing. It does remind me. I also played Donkey Kong 64 and streamed it to this friend recently. Because he'd never seen the game, and Bonanza was coming out soon. And I'd actually never done a full playthrough either. I'd done bits and pieces. Let me explain what bits and pieces means. So, as a kid, I didn't have my own copy of Donkey Kong 64. But, at one point, I borrowed one from a friend. They never ended up taking it back. I think I still have it. I don't think I've sold it off or anything. But the point is, I played on their completed save file. I don't know what possessed me to do that, but that's what I did. And that is how I explored the game. As a weird, pretty empty world with very few or no golden bananas left to collect. Most of the other collectibles gone too. A bunch of puzzles that you can't interact with anymore. It's kind of a surreal experience as a kid. It's just indescribable. So I have weird feelings with Donkey Kong 64. You could almost call it a liminal space game. That term didn't exist back then. At least it wasn't used in that context. But that is kind of unironically what it was. The spaces were more empty than they should have been. So I just kind of explored. I found weird stuff. I'm like, hey, there's this factory place, and like, the music gets like more intense, and there's like this crusher room where the music is legit kind of scary, and I don't like going in here because I'm a child. Stuff like that. And I was one of the many children to be traumatized by the "Get Out" pyramid. I really built it up as this crazy thing for the friend I was streaming the game to. I was disappointed when it really wasn't that scary. It really was just a child's perception. But at the same time, I think it's normal for a kid to be freaked out, at least somewhat, by that. In fact, I think it's kind of strange if you're a kid and you're not freaked out by that. Because it's just so sudden. It's very abrupt. For anyone who hasn't played the game or doesn't know what I'm talking about, in the second level, there is this pyramid building, or I guess just... It's not actually a pyramid, really, is it? It's just a building made out of yellow bricks, with entrances for each Kong, and in each entrance is like a short, simple maze. There isn't really much going on in there, with a golden banana at the end. You pick up the golden banana, and a weird, spooky voice you don't hear in many other places in the game. This is like one of 2 places I know of. Says, "Get out." It's like disembodied, the game doesn't explain it. And like, a sniper reticule starts moving around the screen. And you have like 20 or 30 seconds to make your way back to the entrance, which is the easiest thing in the world, if you're not a 6-year-old, let me tell you. But I was like a 6-year-old. Or probably a bit older because I don't know when the game came out, but point stands. I got lost and died as a kid. Because if the timer runs out, you just get, I guess, shot? Probably not really shot, but something happens. I actually don't know what, because it didn't happen in the last playthrough. And you just instantly die. And you don't get to keep the golden banana, you have to go back in and get it. It's just... You don't expect to be just traipsing through this 3D wonderland that's like one of your first 3D games alongside Mario 64. And just pick up a collectible. I guess this must have been on a different file, but by the way, because these were probably collected on the 100% file. God if I know. Childhood memories are very jumbled, but... To just pick up, essentially, a power star and just have a disembodied voice just speak full English at you in a game that... Well, I guess K. Rool actually does talk in some of the cutscenes, doesn't he? But still, the gameplay itself usually doesn't just have speech like that. It's startling, frankly. It's so strange. I think a lot of people shared that experience with the Get Out rooms. Not so much the liminal complete file experience. Not so much that one. I've almost like toyed in my head with the idea of, yeah, probably never making it because I'm not good at starting and finishing projects. But like, a game almost in the vein of like La Mulana, but maybe not quite that puzzling, but like, I don't know if it'd be like a platformer or if it'd be like a top-down like Link to the Past like or something, but a game where from the start the premise is that you're going through a dungeon and the puzzles have already been solved. Like you're going through a dungeon some other adventurers or someone in the past already went through and finished. I don't know what the purpose would be. Would it just be to like look at the puzzles and understand what they used to be? I don't know why you'd do that. But if you could make that into something interesting, I think it might be something interesting. It's not a fleshed out idea in my head, but it's something I've never seen done before, is the point. Surprised the guys in the back let me get away with magic, actually. Yeah, honestly, thinking about it like that, like, you could, like, have to reset the puzzles, maybe, like, reverse engineering the puzzles could be interesting, making you do that. Okay, I think I need Remelia for this. Really is the only thing that even scratches these guys. Do they resist slash and bash? No. I don't know why that's doing no damage. It just isn't, I guess. I'll try to revive, I guess. But yeah, neat concept, maybe. Will it ever be made? Probably not by me. Maybe by someone else. I keep on saying lately I want to get back into game dev. And God, I really do. But I need to clean up projects and stuff first, and I've been a good boy. I've worked on the Kasegai translation for 2 days in a row now. And I plan on working on it again after I stream today. Got some other stuff to do too, but I'm gonna make progress on that damn thing. I'm gonna get it done. I want the Muramasa. Please give me the Muramasa. The Muramasa. No, really though, I think I'll probably head back and try the boss again once I have Drag Dropper and Remy and can go make that really good spear. It's not gonna help her survive, but still. I mean, I did learn more about the fight at the end actually yesterday. One of them tries to go for Earthland, and if they get the Earthland, you die. Cool fact, right? Now I know. So I'll have to prevent that. And I did swap around gear, so Oku has more MP now. If it weren't for the fact that, like, everyone has 3 functional Shikigami on them, I would happily swap around what Oku has, like, Shikigami-wise, and give her more MP. I mean, okay, that wouldn't matter. I'd give her, like, another 10 MP, probably, if I tried that. Which, spoilers, is half of what you need for a single control ad. So, I don't think that's actually gonna help much. So, forget that idea. It's one of those ideas where you say it out loud, and you realize why it wouldn't really work. Those are the best cases. I'm very much the kind of person who will get stuck on a problem in, like, game dev, or maybe translation, but this happens a lot with, like, game dev and coding. But, like, I'll go to someone and be like, hey, do you mind helping me out with this? And we'll get into a call, and I'll be like, okay, let me voice the issue, let me explain this to you from the ground up. In the middle of explaining, almost without fail, like, I say 9 out of 10 times, I'll realize the exact solution to the problem. Like, I'll realize why this is bugged or not going as intended. That's probably pretty common, I think, but it's, like, especially prevalent in my personality. For better or for worse. I'm probably not going to be getting that Muramasa today. So I don't know exactly how we'll be handling the GOS playthrough in terms of, like, Satori and, like, item grinding and stuff. We'll see how he feels. I wouldn't be surprised if he wants to just breeze through it and not prepare Satori to be a beast. I mean, you know, you can beat the game just fine without using Satori, really. Same thing goes for Actu, I guess. They're certainly nice to have. They do have, like, some of the best utility skills in the game, right? But it's also kind of a hassle to get him up there. And I don't know how he's gonna feel. I don't know how enthused he'll be about that concept. I did tell him, in these words, the game has 2 blue mages, which is more or less correct. They have their differences, but functionally, yeah, at the end of the day, that's what we're talking about. There's still basically just 2 blue mages. I really need to kill that thing in the back. Oh, as soon as I'm cooldown. It's okay, I have this. And personally, I like that kind of character. I think it's cool. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, like, it's not hard to set Satori up as like a statuser. In fact, that's like one of the things she's best at, right? So that's relatively little investment. It's just if you say that like you want to go get her like really good utility skills, well, then you have to go control enemies and stuff, and that's a big pain in the ass. We'll see what happens. Okay. 73%. We've gotten 23% so far. Suffering. Also no Muramasa. Especially suffering. I'm kind of like touting GOS as like a puzzle boss game, or like you can't overgrind and stuff, because that's what the Steam page says too. It really is about figuring out the fights and like prepping for them. Which I'll tell you right now, is not something that you have to do in Dragon Quest IV. The closest thing to that in Dragon Quest IV is the game wants you to go find a key item to use in a boss fight to like silence the boss or something, so he doesn't just keep spamming spells. And like the game will just funnel you into getting it, or maybe require that you get it. I don't know actually, because we follow the guide for some parts, because Dragon Quest, at least the older games, are kind of notorious for not really telling you what to do or where to go very clearly out of the time. One of the funniest things is that it has a party chat feature, which is actually kind of has an interesting history, because in the original... Okay, so we played the DS port of the game, and in the original DS port, party chat was gone outside of the Japanese version. The reason for this, we later found, is that because the party chat made up 2/3 of the game's text. Because there's, besides the silent protagonist, there's 8 other characters, if you count the secret guy, who, let's just not count, there's 7 other characters. And in most cases, pretty much every one of them will have something to say on anything you do. Sometimes you can do something as innocent as speak to a cat, and the cat will say meow. And some of them will, like, comment on, oh, I love the cats of this region. Oh, cats are so cute, but we must get back to adventure. And there's so much of this. And they could have used this as a cool hint system. Like, when you boot the game back up, you could, like, talk to party members and have them remind you of what to do next. But that isn't really what they did with it. Like, there is that aspect there. But when you exhaust the party chat, you can't hear it again. So it's kind of a shit reminder. I could technically be wrong on part of that. Maybe if you reboot the game, like the actual console, maybe you can hear it again. I don't know. We typically didn't use the party chat except when I felt like being funny and hit the button every now and again, just to see what inane nonsense the characters would say. But it's kind of utilized not really effectively, I feel. I guess they're trying to give the characters characterization. But good luck getting that through their thick-ass accents. Yeah, I mean, if it were like the Battle Network PT, that would be better, honestly. But it's essentially like the Battle Network PT's humor program, but imagine an entire game of that. I mean, fundamentally, that doesn't sound bad, really. But imagine that, but done poorly, and it's not ever really funny. There you go. Now you have what we're talking about. I forget what I was going to say on next. I had something. I lost it. Oh, right. So they just didn't think it would be worth translating it in the original DS release. They just saw it and they're like, nobody in the West plays Dragon Quest. Let's just not pay anyone to translate this. Let's just cut the entire feature out. Hitting the L button, or whatever it is, now does nothing. We removed this entire feature. I get that it's a lot of text. I can't fundamentally agree with removing the feature, but at the same time, I feel so sorry for the people who eventually ended up translating it. From what I understand, the mobile port later on got the first translation of Party Chat. There's a patch to put it back to the DS version, which is what we played with. But, oh my god, there's so much there. Not to mention, if they translated it, they theoretically would have had to translate it for all of the EU languages that the game was going to be released in as well. Those other regions, and it's a lot. It is so much. Irony. Behave, okay. I don't really have an equivalent in, like, the games I've worked on. I guess the closest thing would be, like, if you cut out all the bestiary text in GOS or DoD, which would just be a damn shame, because it's all really interesting stuff. I feel like coming up with those little imaginary settings for your enemies that don't really matter in the grand scheme is one of the coolest parts of putting creative enemies into a game. In the bath earlier, I was watching a little video where a guy talks about, like, the cryptid enemies in Fallout 76, which is a game I'm never going to go near, but I think cryptids are fundamentally kind of cool, and I think you could put more cryptids in a game like this. I think you could come up with enough cryptids to have an entire subclass of enemies called cryptids. And if I ever make a GOS like someday, which it's another project on my endless list of games I'd love to do, but we'll probably never start, or, well, I'll probably start it, but I won't finish it, that's for sure. I'll definitely have a cryptid category. No doubt, I promise I will have a cryptid category. If you see that game in development and there isn't one, remind me, and I'll put it in. SMT is a whole class for it? I played a couple SMT games, is that the case? Maybe it's just named in such a way where I never realized that's what it was, or maybe it's specific games. But yeah, SMT does typically have a few. They have like the funny little Mothman design. Mothman got a lot of new fans thanks to SMT. I like it. He's cool. I feel like my... Oh hey, the stats are there again. Numbers. I feel like my first memorable Mothman experience was in Castlevania... Dawn of Sorrow, I think it was? Tortured Room, probably Dawn of Sorrow. Where you can like get him as like a secret soul. Like he appears flying in the back and you gotta like flash him with a light attack and it kills him and you get the soul. Don't remember what he does. Something. I'm in English. Huh. Okay. Neat. Shinju. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. I should really get those numbers off my screen, shouldn't I? There we go. Alright, Remelia. 85%. Now the question is, do I level up? I have to level up the skill. It's either that or I have to get another copy of the weapon. I assume this weapon came from an enemy, not a chest. Or I crafted it. Because otherwise I don't know how I'd get another copy. Unless it's also droppable from an enemy or something. Yeah, this fight seems difficult. Maybe there's something I don't know. Like, maybe you can fish for status ailments or something. Or maybe there's, oh hey, welcome to the party. Maybe there's a weakness I didn't bother fishing for. I don't know. But those bosses go pretty crazy with the offense. They do use some magic. Dogazer wouldn't be terrible. But I don't really want to dedicate a character to just spamming magic gaze or whatever every turn. So I'm not going to be entertaining that. Plus, I would rather have Oku actually manipulate the land, I think. Also, Magic Gaze probably costs just as much. I wouldn't be surprised, so... Good luck doing it for the whole fight. I don't know how I'm gonna get around the MP issue yet. Oh yeah, so I woke up to an email this morning. So I have like some 3DS games up on eBay. I've had them up there for months, waiting for them to slowly sell. Stuff I'm getting rid of. A little bit of side money. And I have, like, offers off for all of them because I hate having to deal with that stuff. I don't want people, like, contacting me, like, trying to get the games for cheap that I have listed. Just buy the damn game if you want the game. If you don't want the game at this price, then you don't want it badly enough. Just go They probably just want to resell it or something. Yet despite having offers off, people can still DM you and harass you. And someone DMs me asking, word for word, what is your lowest no haggle, no hassle price? Do you know what haggling is? What do you think emailing me, asking me to lower the price is? Because if that's not haggling, clearly I don't know what the hell haggling is. And you know, I'd say you're also hassling me. Leave me alone. Don't buy the game. I'll leave it up there for another year if I have to. I'm not gonna respond to these people. I don't care. I'm just ignoring them. I might be a bit under level too, yeah. I could go deeper into this place and fight tanks. There's still like the red symbol tank I haven't actually fought yet. Well, I tried. I haven't beat it. But it's nice being here at the entrance because I can refresh my my spell cards and keep rolling for... I think the Muramas is the only thing in here, actually. Just for fun. 91. Couple more fights should probably be good, I think. A couple, I mean, probably 4 or 5. Also got one of those, those funny spam emails that... No, I didn't open it, but from, like, a little bit, I could see the preview. It's one of those, like, ooh, I have dirty videos of you. Send me Bitcoin, or I'm going to out you. And it opens with, hello, pervert. Which I think is a great opener. And the rest of the email is, like, all ad-scented characters because they're trying to bypass the spam filters. I kind of doubt that actually works. Because it still ended up in my spam. So, I don't know. I think they need to find another solution for that. I'll start writing emails and wingdings. If I got an email in wingdings, I'd probably be curious enough to open it and, you know, put it through, like, a font changer. Can you even do that? Can you even change fonts in emails? I don't write emails often. When I do, I don't try to do things like that. But I would certainly be curious enough. I would want to know what that said. Maybe that's what spam emails need to do. They need to stop looking innocuous. They need to get you curious. I want to hear what you have to say. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. And that's the best. Oh yeah, so Oku's level 29, so she's not really too far behind. That's good. Oh hey. Recruit rate E. That's not happening. I'm not getting my hopes up. Can you believe though that hunting metal slimes in Dragon Quest IV is worse than this? We found out with save states that the game, you can't really manipulate the RNG very well. It doesn't like change like per frame, or like if you wait a few seconds or like go through the menus. The only way we could find to manipulate the RNG in battle, to like get onto a different seed to prevent things from running, is by having someone use an item. And you can use a piece of equipment and just have it do nothing, so you can do that. But essentially, like with 4 people in the front line, you have 5 different seeds per turn that you can check. You have no one uses an item. 1, 2, 3, 4 people use an item. Doesn't matter who it is. Just it's the number of people. That seems to be what it is. I wasn't going into this game thinking I'd learn anything about the RNG, but this seems to be how it works. But sometimes, I'd say often, you'll still end up in a situation where you're fighting like a Metal King Slime or something, and all 5 of those seeds still have him run. So, we followed guide suggestions and we tried farming Metal King Slimes. And it wasn't efficient. It was more efficient to just fight random high-level enemies in later areas. They don't give enough XP. I feel like each of the like different like upgrades to them is like a fair few hours too late in to be significant. I guess if you get like some really early on, it's nice. But by the time you're at the point that we're at, apparently the best variant, which we couldn't even encounter, I think is like called the Metal Jewel Platinum Jewel King or something. And he's worth 60k XP. And I think levels starting from like 45 for most of the cast cost like over 100,000. I did encounters for like 20 minutes. I didn't find a single one. And even if we had, it would have just ran away. Ugh, it's just terrible. Awful. I don't know what they expect. They're just not worth it. They're just basically like a free bonus. Like, hey, it's nice if you encounter this guy and get the XP, but don't you dare try to farm him. There's I guess, a couple rooms. We did go to this place where there's supposedly a 1 in 4 encounter chance. Maybe that's a little bit high. It was maybe like 1 in 5, 1 in 6 for some Metal King slimes, but even after like a half an hour there, we killed like 2. Just because they run away so much. Miserable game. Oh, I should check everyone else too. Yeah, you can switch to something else. Actually, you need the Land Blade. The Earth Resist? I don't know. Do we need the Earth Resist in this fight? I guess you're not attacking anyway, are you? Sure, whatever. We'll keep it on for now. After we've done the boss fight, we'll swap that off for you. You have Club of Ice, which... Glacial Crush, you're still learning something new, but you can level Boom Blaster. That's cool. Such a big delay. I can't get the timing right. Alright, get this. Never mind, Boom Blaster, I guess. You know, if I do that, that'll just end the fight. Let's not. I want a little Boom Blaster. It's actually kind of decent because it's AoE. Can you see why I want to use Vermilia in this fight? Can you see why I want to get a better weapon for Vermilia good? Alright, I put the controller down. Torneko in Dragon Quest IV has, I think, like 1 in 10 or 1 in 4. Some chance every turn to, like, goof off and do something that you didn't want him to do. Like, he can trip and get a crit. He can steal something from the enemy, which is usually just nothing, like gold. He can stare off into space. Or he has a chance to try to, like, do a leg sweep on the enemy. And I don't think I saw it work a single time throughout the game. You do it a lot in boss fights, but surprise, surprise, they don't let you skip the boss's turn with a lucky leg sweep. Which is a shame. Why bother putting the mechanic in if it's not going to work? I feel like it's a game where, like, all the cool stuff they kind of, like, don't let you utilize. Like, all the places I really wanted to cast the evac spell from didn't let me cast the evac spell and, like, exit the dungeon. And Torneko's chapter specifically, like, before you get all the party members together, has kind of a cool thing where enemies are really likely to drop stuff. And the goal of his chapter is essentially to, like, farm enough money through drops to, like, buy a couple big purchases and move on with the game. Which is kind of cool. Throughout the rest of the game, enemies almost never drop anything. You'll get a drop, like, every 1 in 200 enemies. And it'll be a weapon from, like, 3 hours ago. Or it'll be, like, an Oaken Club, the worst weapon in the game. Drops in this game basically don't exist. Apparently, I forget what it was, but my friend was telling me there is a 1 in 4,000 shiny odds, by the way, chance of, like, this one enemy we found dropping something really good. That's beyond, like, Starman 1 in 256 bat levels. That's insane. Why would you do that? GOS doesn't have 1 in 4,000 drop odds. And GOS is a game known for, like, farming drops being kind of terrible. Yeah, it's modern shiny odds. Yeah, you're right. Technically, they used to be even worse. Yep. Either way though, that's really bad. And you don't need any of this stuff to play the game. By the time you would have grinded that enemy to get that drop, you would have probably beat the game like 10 times. I guess really, you could say like, at this level, it's not really for grinding, it's for like, this one guy somewhere in the world to win the lottery and get this weapon for his playthrough. But why? Just so we can meme about every copy of Dragon Quest IV being personalized? Or this one guy somewhere having a personalized copy? It's just I don't get it. I don't get any of the design decisions behind this game. Nothing makes any sense. There's also a real oddity, and I'm gonna technically spoil some of the game's plot here, so ooh, if you care about that, maybe cover your ears real tight for a bit. So the DS version adds a chapter 6, which we heard is an epilogue. Essentially, you do some stuff, you go back to where the final boss was, you talk to him again. This time he says, I was reincarnated, reborn or something like that. I have no memories of my past, but I need to destroy the world. So the dialogue's a bit different. The whole, like, no memories thing is new. So, like, okay. So this happens after the main game ends. It has to, right? Because we already killed this guy. Now he's back, he has no memories. It's different, it's something new. So after the credits roll in the main game, the Dragon God congratulates everyone on your party one by one. You go around the world map, dropping them all off their respective towns and saying goodbye and visiting graves and stuff. And at the end, the hero goes back to his hometown, and his childhood friend mysteriously just gets, like, revived from the grave, and she's like, hi, hello, I'm back again. Except there's no dialogue. She just appears out of thin air, basically. And they look happy, and the game ends on that. So, nothing sounds really off so far, right? But when you go through the post-game epilogue, which we've established has to happen after because the boss gets reincarnated, revived, or reborn, I forget the term, with, like, no memories. And he's like, time to try to destroy the world again, I guess. When you go through all this and see the credits a second time, you see the same credits sequence. The Dragon God thanks everyone with the exact same words, you drop everyone off, and at the end, you see your childhood friend get revived again. So the game is really unclear, and I don't think it knows whether this is an epilogue, and you did this stuff twice, or this is actually before you fought the final boss the first time, and you did it differently and got the true ending. Because you don't fight him the second time around. He joins your party. So, in that case, it'd be more like an Undertale thing, where you go back before the end, you do something different, and get a different final boss, different outcome. By the way, the true final boss is just a recolor of the regular final boss. In case you were wondering, he has an extra phase at the end, where he changes colors again. It's real cool. I don't really know why they bothered at that point. But the game, essentially, I wonder what Dragon Quest canon nerds think of this. Do they just not count the 4 remake? Do they not count the epilogue? Or have they debated over, like, whether it's an epilogue or takes place instead? I don't know. Fundamentally, I don't mind grinding. I play a lot of grindy things. I like incremental games, so you can probably guess that I like seeing numbers go up. So it really does depend. I don't mind, like, a good YouTube on one monitor, game on the other monitor grinding sesh. It's kind of what I'm all about. Gotta be the right kind of game, though. Gotta be a game that lends itself well to it, where you can kind of turn your brain off and grind a little. I've done it in GOS, I've done it on DoD for the Switch, I've done it on Labyrinth of Touhou too. Okay, 18% mastery. I need to be, like, spamming it in battle for this. Really just once per battle triggers it, but still. Dragon Dropper. and interrupt skills that haven't been performed yet. Sugoi. Not very good if it doesn't go first, though. Can't interrupt the interrupt. That would just be silly. You can't counter a counter spell in magic. Oh wait, you can. This is magic, though. Oh my god. That curse. Wow. What a terrible night to have a curse. Am I right? Are we gonna be able to kill that thing in the front? I don't know. They just don't take much damage at all. That'd be good enough. Marissa's cursed. If she kills that thing, she dies. I need to revive someone. Survive. I don't like any of these options, actually. Squishy mage. Can't do magic damage, can't do magic damage. I guess I'll do Oku because she's faster. It didn't matter. My choice didn't matter in the end. It's Deltarune, and your choice doesn't matter. See, I'm interested in RuneScape. I played it as a kid. I've never been a member. I never, like, did the actual member content. But I would, like, grind chickens and stuff as a kid, you know, and I'd sell the feathers because those were worth money. I would fish up lobsters and cook them and stuff like that. And I did try to go back, like, maybe 4 or 5 years ago to... In Classic? I kind of forget, honestly. I think it was Classic and get into it, but... I ended up thinking, like, this is gonna use up too much of my time. And it probably would have. I'm very vulnerable to big time sink games. I used to be a League of Legends player. I used to be filth. I don't play anymore. Hunted in field just... No, I've never hunted before. My dad is big into hunting. And he got me to go out and try, like, shooting these squirrels with him once. And I didn't get one, and I'm kind of happy I didn't. Because I'd feel bad. Talking about hunting in video games. Did I even say hunting? Did I even bring up hunting at all? I don't remember saying the word hunting at all. I don't know how you got hunting from numbers going up. Or like grinding, hunting for drops. I've never heard someone call like shooting squirrels and deer hunting for drops. I feel like there's some kind of disconnect here. Were you real perchance not listening to the stream very well? Wait, which is fine. I'm just razzing you a little bit. I just gotta razz you a little bit. But yeah, games like League of Legends, I very much would eventually use them as filler in downtime in my day, which is not healthy for me. Maybe some people... You know, I think for me, it's similar to how some people get addicted to gachas, and it's not healthy for them. I get addicted to games like League of Legends, or to some extent MMOs, maybe a little bit less. Because those games are meant to get you addicted. I'm currently in the middle of watching a video about matchmaking, which is really interesting. I'm gonna link this, in chat. I recommend watching this. It's called An Actual Investigation of the Manipulation and Conspiracy Behind Modern Matchmaking. These companies have put out, like, patents on stuff. I'm only, like, an hour and a half in? Yeah, exactly an hour. But essentially what has been outlined so far is that companies, and they're transparent about this in the sense that they'll put up patents, but they won't tell the players. There are companies, and there are games, where instead of pushing for fair matchmaking, they will push for whatever matchmaking keeps the player playing longer. In some cases, they determine, you know, this player needs a win, otherwise they're going to stop playing. We're going to put them on the 60% win rate team, instead of putting two 50-50s in this game. Or maybe this player stops playing after they get 3 wins in a row, so we're going to let them win twice, then we're going to try to make them lose the 3rd game, and see if that works better. And if they stop playing after that, we're going to adjust our patterns for this player. We're going to keep data on what kind of patterns work better to keep this player playing, and hopefully, in the client, spending money in our cash shop, potentially. It's disgusting. It's like one step below gachas. I've never played a gacha, and I'm never going to. I will always stay away from that kind of thing, just fundamentally. Gacha bad. I know some people get into them, whatever. You want to spend money on that? Go ahead. Some gachas you can play for free, I guess. But I just don't get why you would, because they're not games. They're products intended to milk you for money. And if you don't spend money, they're gonna like push stuff in your face, and they're gonna make you wish that you were spending money. The spending money is a solution to a problem that they're giving you. It's like when Twitter gives you an ad, and the ad is an ad to buy Twitter Blue, and the ad says, "Are you sick of seeing ads? Well, you know what you can do? Buy Twitter Blue." You're giving me the ad. You're advertising that I give you money to get rid of this. This isn't even like, oh, McDonald's paid them for an ad. This is just you. This is me walking up to your door, standing in front of your door, banging on your door all day, and saying, if you give me 50 bucks, I'll go away for a month. You gotta give me the money again next month. It's ridiculous. And it's just what the world's kind of come to with this kind of stuff. It's just manipulative, and I just stay away from it. Goodbye. Goodbye, Dogazer. I'm not gonna check Remelia's Dragon Dropper status. I don't want to know. This thing costs 40 MP. Oh my god, it's got a 380% multiplier. No wonder. I don't know how this thing is gonna interrupt any skills, though, when it's kind of slow, but... no. I would just be using it for the damage. As a nuke. I guess, you know, honestly, in this fight, Marisa getting her last word would actually be really good. But she only gets it when I don't want it. Which is just kind of how last words are anyway. Except for Marco's that sometimes comes in clutch. But yeah, I used to be at the point with games like League, and to like lesser extent stuff like Overwatch too, but I never got as into that. Where, if I was ever at a point in my day where like I didn't feel like doing anything productive, I didn't have anything else to like do, I wasn't tired enough to sleep, like just downtime, I would fill that downtime by queuing for a game of League, which I feel like just made me more miserable in the long run. I never made it above gold 8, by the way. I barely managed gold, and I was playing since Season 2. I think I played that game on and off, mostly on, besides a break for a couple of years at one point, for like a decade. And... bad idea. If I played Town of Salem, no. I remember back when it was really popular. Not my kind of thing, though. My ex-wife was big into it. I remember her playing it with her friends all the time. I don't like that kind of game. But I hear they have, like, monetization issues, too, nowadays, don't they? Or maybe this... nowadays, it's probably 5 years ago. This probably isn't topical anymore, honestly. But I don't know. I don't know. On one hand, I kind of respect League, because I think it's really cool having an online competitive game with that many characters. And, you know, they're pretty much all viable. You know, sure, you could say, like, oh, this guy's got a 55% win rate, like, at his worst or something. Like, it's 52 this patch. Oh, shit, we gotta nerf him. But you can still make do. I think it's really, really awesome. I think the game is fundamentally kind of fun. But I don't plan on going back to it. I don't think it's good for me. I do not have the self-control for that. I don't have the restraint. The Town of Salem sequel released has a microtransaction issue with the Battle Pass's Mythic Scrolls that gives you like 50% times 50 chance for a roll or something. So you can like pick the roll that you want, and you might get it and you might not get it. But if you pay, you're almost guaranteed to get it. I see. So they give you like priority queue, basically. Something like that. Not really surprised. That honestly doesn't scathe me at all. I absolutely believe that. I'm not shocked in the slightest. You could really stab this all the games too. A lot more efficient. That's for sure. Yeah, the kind of shitty thing about grinding like this is if I'm trying to get Dragon Dropper, I need to go... if I'm using every fight, I need to go heal Remelia's MP after 2 fights, because it's 40 per use. I don't know how you use this thing in battle, like in boss fights, without Marissa or someone on the team. Because... don't you need that MP for other stuff? Maybe I'm the weird one by having Remelia also, like, support with healing sometimes. Hey, honey. Avery's here. Again. My closest, like, experience with something like Town of Salem is... I don't know, we played Mafia sometimes in youth group. Like, in my teenage years, which was kind of cool, I guess. Come on, honey, careful, I got drinks there. I've never been a big fan of that kind of thing. How much stuff you're gonna come up with on the spot in Mafia, you know, like... If you're the narrator. Hey. Hi. I'm not good at on-the-spot stuff, that's for sure. Okay, don't buy drinks over. What was your deal? She really inserts herself when she's up here on the desk. Wait, I don't think I picked Dragon Dropper. No, I need to pick Dragon Dropper. Stop picking other moves. I need to level this thing. That's the whole purpose of this. Don't get distracted now. Yeah. I'm sure there's some differences between Mafia and Werewolf, but it's fundamentally the same thing, I think. I know Werewolf was, like, really popular in, like, online circles in Japan. It probably still is. A long time ago, I used to use this site called Skype Channel. Nowadays, they've, like, evolved and have Discord Channel instead. And, I remember seeing, like, people recruiting for Werewolf games on there, like, all the time. Even on Skype, come to think of it. Jeez. Skype's gone now, I think, isn't it? But it's what me and my friends use before Discord, you know? Like everyone else, of course. I don't think I'm really unique there. And I never joined those because... spoken Japanese hard. My brain shuts off. It's too slow. I get nervous. I mentioned this a month or so ago. As well, maybe. When I was playing Alona in my off time, which I've stopped playing now. I'm done with it. Good enough. Come on. Come on, honey. Get out. I think I've played enough Alona. I beat the main story of Alona Plus. I don't really care to play it anymore. Maybe I'll play Ellen when it's updated some more. I bought it. But there's this funny, in air quotes, event that can happen in any of the towns where the game decides, sorry, you're playing the werewolf game now, and if you don't, like, find the werewolves before, like, time runs out, before, like, enough turns pass in the game's clock, we're gonna spawn this enemy in town that can one-shot you. He stays there. Even if you die, like, real of the game or whatever, he's there for good until you can kill him. And he was doing 5 digits worth of HP in a game where I think by the end of the main campaign, I'm pretty sure I had a few hundred HP. So I don't know what you do about that guy. If he appears, and if you like that town, sorry, you're playing the werewolf game now. If you want to, like, prevent this from happening. I ignored it because I'm like, fuck that. I didn't know what happened. There's not much documentation on this online, by the way. At least not in English. I guess I didn't actually look in Japanese. I really should have. I don't know what came over me. Kind of forgot. Yeah. Yeah. Not cool. I wasn't interested. I figured it'd give me some kind of bonus, like reputation or something, so I just ignored it. It was the starting town, too. It was the one right next to your house. I had to move my house eventually. Not a very good starting town when, you spend too long in there and this guy just teleports on top of you and kills you. Most of Ellen is documented in JP. I bought Ellen on Steam a little while ago thinking I might play it, but I think I'm gonna wait a little while longer. Because I guess there's some stuff that they still haven't added in, people are saying. They haven't put in, like, blacksmithing like they're going to or something. Or it's, like, incomplete. I'm in no big rush. I do look forward to playing the game, though. However, honestly, after my recent Alona experience, I also kind of dread it, but it's very trepidatious expectation here. I look forward to it, but I'm also very, very hesitant, I guess. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably stream it when the time comes. Someone killed the final boss with a banana peel and a beach ball. I hear that in Alona, one of the best throwing weapons is panties. I found a single pair during my playthrough, but I already had, like, a really good shuriken I used, so I just threw them out. I think I just sold the ridge and left them there. That's Alona for you. I wonder if is Ellen... No, you just told me someone killed final boss with banana peel and beach ball. Ellen is not anymore grounded. There's probably still little girls. NPCs and monsters probably still piss themselves. There's probably still panties as a throwing item. You probably still get socks if you use a dual glove on someone and kill them. I'd be kind of surprised if you didn't. Please magic that. Don't you dare. Yeah, I wouldn't expect the game to be any more grounded. It'd be a different game if it were, I guess. Okay, she has enough for another dragon dropper. I'd love to eventually play Cataclysm again, by the way. Like, it's a game every few months I'll find myself going back to, on and off, kind of. But at the same time, I always run out of things to do. They basically enchanted the beach ball. Hold on. With like 1,000 scrolls that increase its weight. You can do that at a blacksmith too. Actually, they can only do your gear, so maybe not. Also, the beach ball is a throwing weapon. So when the boss spawned in, it's slipping the banana peel and the beach ball would crush it to death. That sounds like Alona and or Ellen. That sounds like something that's not really too far-fetched that we could do. I think I do remember people talking about some other weird cheeses for bosses in Alona. I don't remember the details though, but I'm sure it's a thing. I played the game relatively normally. I didn't do a lot of the weird side stuff. I mean, I guess I did Performer, but it was never worth the money. I never got that much for Performer. I don't really know how you're supposed to. I always got more from just selling stuff, like Scrolls of Oracle, for example. Those were always a good income source, all the way through the end of the game, honestly. 4,000 apiece. And they spawn in, like, the first dungeon, pretty commonly. Don't really know what that's about, but that's how it is. Weird game, weird economy. Weapons sell for nothing, but if you buy a weapon, it's worth like 10k to a couple 100k. I really prefer games where you're encouraged to pick up weapons and sell them. I don't know, maybe there's like some reason that they did it, but I think it's fun to, you know, hold on to that stuff in Angband and sell it and bring it out of the dungeon. I always enjoyed it. I think it's kind of a shame seeing like a really cool, powerful weapon on the ground. And you're like, well, I already have my weapon. My weapon's better or like suits my playstyle or build better. So unless I want to put this on like a pet, an ally or something, this is useless. This like really good weapon is useless. I can't bring it out and sell it. There's no point. It does nothing. The best you can do in Alona is turn it into something edible and eat it. And depending on like its modifiers, maybe you'll get some stats or some stat growth speed or something from it. But that doesn't really feel all that great. Okay. I have done it. I have this skill that I'm probably not really going to use. Okay, take this off now. Also swap Amelia's thing. No, I can't. No, I can't. Hey, don't scratch the model, honey. Okay, we're gonna make... this? No. The legendary Fiona Spear. So how much stronger is this than our current one? I don't know, I don't care, but I know I want it. Surely this will be what we need. It's 30 stronger than the Fairy Spear, so that's gonna be good. It's got Exorcism. Oh man. That's the first Exorcism I've seen all game, I think. Nice. Okay, looks good to me. Hey, hey, what's your deal? Get down, come on, get down, get down, get down, get down. Knock stuff off my shelves. I had a chocolate orange up here from like 3 months ago. Actually, this thing is from Christmas. I should really either eat that or throw it out. But it's a dark one and I don't really like dark chocolate, so that's why it's still there. It's fine. Alright, your skills. So you need vertical... You need calm skills for this fight. You don't need drag and dropper for this fight. I think you already have a couple on, right? What's your best one? Brandish is no cooldown, 140. This is 110 with no cooldown. So Brandish, I guess. Unless any of these... Oh, it's Brandish. We're spamming Brandish. Okay, Brandish it is. Got it. And... I think that's all I really wanted to do, right? Do I want any shields? I don't really think so. Isn't really that great for this fight. Armor? Drazel armor is good. Maybe? Maybe not. Nah, I think I'm fine. Alright, I've kept the Shikigami the same purposefully. So I'm just gonna go right back in and try the boss again. We got like some levels there. Byakuya, not Emilia has a significantly better weapon than whatever she had before. I still don't have the Muramasa. That's okay. Oku's not going to do anything with it anyway, probably. So with that, and with slightly better tactics, I might be able to muscle my way through this fight and continue on with the end game. Alright, I'll do it. I'll dodge the tank. Ugh. Why do they have to put the Dogazer here? This thing's bad enough. What do you mean? Alright, hopefully Remelia can act first with a spell card and kill that. They're weak to cold. The tank's weak to cold. I remember this. I checked this yesterday. I think I need defense up. So, this is the right party to kill one of these tanks with. You know what I need, though? I need teleportation. Who am I kidding? Patchy's not gonna get a turn. No way is she surviving. Shouldn't have entertained the idea. What was I thinking? I think I have better odds with the boss than I have with that red symbol tank. I think if I want to kill that thing at this level, I need to make a party for it. I'm not even sure what kind of party. I guess a bunch of physical shields and a lot of luck. Pretty much. It's just patchy, that's fine. I want to fish for the drop here, but I don't want to use up any resources, but it's okay. Remy's good enough that we don't need to. Okay, it might take a couple turns to kill this thing, but that's fine. I'm in no rush. Take your time. He says, an hour and 11 minutes into the stream without trying the boss. Maybe I should be rushing a little. I did just grind for an hour. I wanted the weapon, okay? It's a good thing I wasn't trying to grind for the Muramasa, because I still wouldn't have that. That thing is elusive. Probably an enemy with a better drop rate for it somewhere. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, look, another tank. Alright. I mean, Gordon does have some wacky shit at his shop. Have you seen GOS? Like, have you seen the quest bosses in GOS? Like, the Terminator, the big man-eating plant or whatever. He's got, like, a big dragon or something there. Those are some of the hardest fights in the game. Alright, what are we doing here? Start with Leaf Barrier. I'm gonna put this on. How much is 24 MP? Man. That was expensive. It's so good. I gotta give Remy Leaf Barrier. Okay, we're gonna Heat Weapon. Yakrin, I think, is gonna put on Magic Barrier. Because if they do the magic on us, that's really bad. Yeah, they never use cold at all, which is why we're using cold, essentially. I think I've seen them do Fire Land once or twice, but I've never actually seen them do Fire Magic because we don't let them. But it would probably one-shot us if they did. Go play one in front, I don't know. I'll save your spell card, maybe. A little bit, I think. Just do Cold View. Let's just focus the one out in the front. Yeah, see? So they do like Earth, Fire, and Dark. You don't really want any of those to get bad. Use Control Land on the Dark, that's fine. Okay. Alright. Control Land, push toward the light. Amelia is buffed now, that's the only buff she's gonna get. I could debuff the boss's defense, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. I'm just trying to maximize, like, the value out of Remelia's spell cards, you know what I mean? These guys don't really ailment you, I don't think. So... I kinda wanna get Earth Wand, but at the same time... Yeah, let's just put an Earth Wall. That's effective for the whole party, and if I hit like them with anything else, it's going to be one of them, besides Thornbind, so I'd rather do something that affects everyone positively. I'm going to Spell Enhance Marissa. She's the better of the two, Water Shikigami damage-wise. She's got Surna for absolute 0. Nice. Not nice. Man, what do you even do about that? I'm trying to get Earthwall up, but this is turn 2. I can't really do anything faster. Trying my best here, I really am. Let's have Oku revive. The land is in a fine state right now, I don't really need to worry. I'm just gonna spell card now. Wait, no. I am gonna be debuffing this turn. I'll wait one more turn. Then I'll do it. Okay. So I'm gonna Servant Queen's Curse. Vitality. Like, just kill this one in the front. I'm gonna just damage race it down. I'm gonna teleport Patchouli. I don't know where she's gonna end up, but it's gonna be a better place than this fight. Okay. Oku after surviving. Good thing I put that on Patchy. Good thing Patchy somehow outsped that as well. Alright. Will we heal this turn? The land is getting kinda up there. No, I need to control land. Okay. Amelia can heal, but she's not gonna. Yakrin is once again left with not much to do between turns, which is tragic. Let's just do Boom Blaster. You don't have heals, only revives. You lost your spell enhance. Wait, no, you didn't even get to put it on, actually. Well, let's put it on Patchouli. Spell enhance Patchy. That's fine too, right? Pretty good, pretty good. This spear also has the no HP recovery thing. Okay, oh my god. We got a crit off of the second one. 2,552. I don't even need the casters at this point. Get rid of the casters. Just have them support Remy. She can do this on her own. Okay. Alright. So this one is going to push the land toward Earth, and if I don't fix that, she's going to one-shot the party. And it's not going to be funny because it's already happened once. So let's prevent that from happening, shall we? We already have magic resist on except for Marissa, and she doesn't really matter. Use Vampirize. Get some HP back, Yakrin, because no one else is going to spend a turn healing you. Use Absolute Zero. Apache. Pass your last word, I guess. It's a bit underwhelming, but I'll use it. Just this once. One in the back is tankier, I think. Oh, 900's pretty good. Oh, now it's doing dark. Well, that's fine. But yeah, see, it's trying to do the earth magic. It's pretty good, actually. I say as Goku eats shit. Could have actually kept Dragon Drop around here, funny enough. Okay. Let's make this thing squishier. I could also just use Gutless on it, but where's the fun in that, I guess? You don't have a res, so just hit with Cold View. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, Apache's alive, it's Oku that fell. It's Oku that perished permanently. We're fine. Unless this thing somehow really quickly gets enough land power to spam stuff in the party, and I can't stop it, I think we're fine. Something blow my eye. There we go. Okay. Finally, we can move on. Freezing Prison. Is that good? Is Freezing Prison good? I don't remember that. Oh my god, the pinnacle of water magic. Cerno's not at the top anymore. Wow, okay. Cool. Well then, that's pretty good, I'm gonna say. Let's see if we can move on and find, like a fast travel point. That would be really nice. There's two ways to go from here. This is the same screen still. It's very much like an area you just do and pass through, so I don't really remember which way is right. Oh, that's a minimap error there. That's not supposed to be broken. Oh, it actually makes a click sound. I don't know what that does. I feel like you have to activate something then step there, but I don't remember. I feel like there's a warp up ahead or something, maybe. Not sure. Ugh. Seem to get stuff stuck in my eyes after doing the lawn. Not that bad this time, I guess. I don't think I have anything really bad, but it's annoying having to, like, resist the urge to scratch at it because it gets worse. Oh. Something over there. Okay. Touch that thing. Get me out of here. I don't want to fight the tanks. Nope. Didn't touch the transition properly. I gotta just try to run. I don't know if you can run from red symbol fights. We're gonna see. Can't run from this fight. You don't say. I see. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Still continue to fight the tank alone, and you have the absolute gall to put it in a fight with an elite cockatrice. And the Fuguru Miyohi, who I think just spams buffs. Not happening. I did not get a fast travel. Let me try going the other way to the right this time. Perchance that'll be useful. So the way is clear now. I could technically form a party and fight the tank, but I don't really think I need to yet. I'll wait. Odds are, it probably just has higher odds to drop whatever the regular tank drops anyway. I think a lot of the time the red enemies don't have its collusive stuff. And I can fill out the bestiary anytime. I don't need to do it right now. You are looking at a man who has used all of his day's talking points in the first hour of the stream. Nothing down there. This is just a big treasure room, I guess. 9. And a tank. It looks like actually you come into here from multiple sides, probably. Or there's just a fake passage. A real passage. A fake wall. Ultimate Yin Yang Orb. I'm not sure what that's for. Okay, I can make some of those. Assuming I have the materials, because I have the accessories. Is this really gonna happen again? Why is it always these guys that are in front of my way? Marissa. Protect Marissa. That shark in the back is problem enough, honestly. I don't think I can mathematically win this fight with this party in this current state. I don't think this is possible, right? Very unlikely. They're just too slow. I have a couple attacks that would be nice to get off. Or like a couple of protective things. And I just can't get them off. Okay, well, some of the party survived. Barely. Very, very barely. You're not going to be able to do that because this thing is going to hit you first. I don't even know why I'm picking my moves here, actually. I want you to put Thornbind on this thing, that'd probably be helpful. You know, if you could survive long enough for it. It's got hella physical defense, too. I doubt even, Remy scratches it, really. Is it really the time? I don't think it's really the time for that. Make it slower. Okay. That we don't have any revives. Yakrin does not know revival magic. Use Demon Recitation on it? Yes, actually. Cool. That's probably the best opener you could do with the tank is Demon Recitation. Oh my god, go away. Surprise sharks. I mean, we actually have, like, really good shields on right now in general. Like, they're all around, like, the 40 or 50 mark, except this one, I guess. I don't even know what type its attacks are. Like, it's got the stab attack, that's obvious. Well, I mean... enemies have shields, and I think they have, like, weapons, too, essentially, right? So that would mean that all of its physical attacks would be stab type in that case, yeah? I believe. So, like, even main battery would still be stab type, I think. It was like, Remelia. with the spear. If she uses main battle, it's gonna be stab type. Physical attacks just take on that type, so. Actually, Patchy isn't even really that relevant, is she? Marissa is the big hard hitter here. Stab resist. So we want to take extra. Not much else. Let's take you guys 25%. Huh? Okay. Take out the manuscript. Put in someone with revives. That'd be good. What else do we have? We have so many revives in the party right now in general. What's gonna be put on that has a revive? Oh, Orin, I guess. Sure. Bring it, bring it. I'm doing this. Now I'm committed, I guess. Okay, you are still gonna die. Marissa is the MVP here. If Marissa can survive her 2 turns, that might be enough for the fight, period. Because of her magic. Is that gonna happen? I don't know, probably not. Thornbind is highest priority. And we use Freezing Prison. We might as well have Patchy's spell card, honestly, so she can maybe get it off first. Let's see how much this actually does. It doesn't have any magic resist, I don't think. Alright. I'll probably get like 1500 or so off this. Oh. Oh. Or it'll do almost 4000. Okay, we killed the tank. Okay. I'm gonna start hunting them now. Apparently Marissa can go first. Sometimes. Sure. You know what? I can also make her go faster. Go first, hit the tank, one-shot it, we farm the tank. I'm not sure why. Maybe out of spite? Probably just spite, yeah. That sounds right to me. I'm actually gonna go for the red symbols now. Hi there. Oh, no. That's cheating. That's not fair. What if 3 of them? So what do you guys drop? Platinum ore, that's all. Just a rare material. I mean, maybe it's really, really important. I don't know, actually. I think the ones in the back have low enough HP. Patchy might actually just be able to take them out, though. No. No, she can't. Oh my god. Good thing I kept Yukiona on this long. Wow. I cannot believe how much damage that does. That is just absurd. Alright, there's nothing else over there. I got everything. I just got ambushed on the way out. We got everything on the left, so let's just go right. Yeah, I hit like the little switch and everything. Just gotta go get this one now. I think we get the shortcut after that, the fast travel point. Hello, tank. Okay, well... Let's be real, is Oakley even gonna get a turn? It's very slow. No, it's actually a little bit fast. I don't think they paid anything. You know what? I'm gonna greed. Use Flying Fantasticate. If I'm farming this thing, I might as well try to get the actual drop. That's the point after all, huh? Yeah, we don't even have to soften it up. Marissa just kills it straight out. I'm actually just gonna do this so I can kill the stuff in the back. It's all that's weak to fire after all. I think they just willed the statues into existence with the help of a certain character. It'll make sense soon. Oh, we didn't even need Patchy. Which is good, because she didn't get a turn. That works out well. How much MP is that? She still has a lot, so I guess it's cheap, actually. Unbelievable. You know, you'd think there'd be more statues of Angra around, considering, like, this is her castle as well, but they just kind of aren't. Okay, I'm gonna get that off anyway. Probably Patchy can mostly take out the ones in the back. I'll use this for a bit of support damage. I mean, if they didn't make these tanks, where did they come from? Real mystery. 14 MP. Yeah, honestly, if they invaded Gensoki with tanks, I think they would just win. But there'd be no romance in that. Even for Devils, I guess that's stooping too low. The Panzers are just cheating. Those ones in the back are gonna be a problem. They still do just as much damage, pretty much. Feels like it. Okay. Well, we have enough platinum ore for a while, I guess. I don't even know what it's used on. But I have some. I really hope it's used on something good. Is this the long shot? No. The super ultimate is in hat. Also the platinum gauntlet. Hey, guess what I can probably make? If I magnetite. All these materials I have no memory of. Hey, here's the character I was talking about. She's part of the plot. Wait a moment, is that... Kane! I thought so. It's you, Kamishita-sawa Kane. Oh, you're so badly injured. Kane, those wounds. Are you okay? Yes, I am. My wounds aren't as deep as they look. Well, maybe it'd be a stretch to say I'm okay, but you don't need to worry about me. I see. Well, I'm glad to see you're at least safe, Kane. Oh, do excuse me. I should have started off with a greeting. Good day, everyone. Hehe, good day. Yuriko. What? She got caved. What do you think you're doing remaining silent when greeted like that? Greetings are an essential part of society, necessary to form proper bonds with others. You mustn't neglect them. Kane is pretty chill in Labyrinth, but she's kind of insufferable in some other games. But don't tell her I said that. Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. I tried to tell you. I'm surprised that it's not Sunny that gets headbutted here, but it's Yuriko. You're merciless as ever, even though you barely know her, I see. A hard head makes for quite the weapon. She sure seems livelier than I expected. We get party chat from everyone. Oh. Mwah. And that goes for you too, Sunny Milk. Well, it's good that you returned my greeting. If greeted politely, it's only proper to greet politely in return. This comes too late. I don't even remember what she said. You've got a hard head inside and out. I'm sorry. Anyway, I think we've taken care of our greetings now. Kane, with how we found you injured and collapsed here of all places, something serious clearly must have happened. Just what led to this? It was Devil Deva Chloe. Chloe? I believe we share the same goal, Bianca. But in my case, I was pursuing the culprits alone. However, along the way, I ran into Chloe and... she defeated you. Is that right? Correct. Alright, I believe I heard you were the first to get spirited away. I can see you're quite determined to defeat the culprits. Did something happen between you and them? It certainly did. As for what? Well, you see... Kane? I'm involved in the core of the incident. The core of the incident? But isn't that Angra, whatever... Or whatever the one that caused this, huh? English. What do you have to do with the incident, Kane? If I'm to explain that to you, then I'll need to give you a summary of the incident as well. A summary of the incident? Aren't those devils just trying to expand their territory and all that? You already know their goal? That saves some time then. The issue here is the method. To be specific, how the world of chaos was created. Right, they mentioned the destruction and recreation of Gensokyo. Might that be related? Good observation. Gensokyo's destruction, recreation, and the world of chaos. They're the fault of my ability to modify history. Your ability? What do you mean by that? Wait a second, you're not on their side, are you? No, I'm not. This is what makes Angra Manog so terrifying. What do you mean by that? Please tell us more, Kane. As for what makes Angra Manog so terrifying, that would be her ability. The ability to steal and use others' abilities. I actually kind of legit forgot that she had this. Steal and use, so that means she's able to steal our abilities and use them against us? Correct. She's quite the monster. However, while she possesses another ability, that ability becomes her own and she's left unable to steal another. So it seems to me that her ability isn't perfect, but still. In other words, she can't just go and steal all of our abilities then. Yes, precisely. Yeah, that's a relief. I see, I get it now. She stole your history-modifying ability using her own then. Correct. She intends to destroy Gensokyo's history and recreate it using a fabricated one that's more convenient to her group. Also, it's surely no coincidence that tonight, the night of the incident, is a full moon. Kane, your power. It shouldn't have any actual effect in reality. Just what are they trying to do? I'm sorry, I don't know either. I see, so not even you know. So in the end, if we want to know Angra's true intentions, we're going to have to ask her ourselves. So yeah, with Kane, when she's in her human form, she can eat history, and when she's in her Hakutaka form, on the full moon, she can recreate history. So that's why the clock has to tick down. Yes, none of this changes the fact that we have to exterminate her. In other words, what we should be doing right now is making our way to Angra. Indeed. But, you know, now that I really think about it, you have a rather terrifying power, Kane. You're thinking about this wrong, Byakuren. I hate to admit it, but though it may be my power at play here, the terrifying power of Angra Manog herself is what elevated it this far. What she's doing with it is far, far beyond what I'm capable of. Angra is an incredible danger, no matter how you look at things. It seems she'll be a difficult devil to exterminate. At the end of the day, I'm the only one who can return the world of chaos to normal. I have to get my power back. It seems that if we want to resolve this incident, you're going to be an indispensable figure, Kane. In which case, let's cooperate with one another. Let's resolve this incident together. I couldn't have asked for a better proposition, Byakuren. I'll absolutely offer my aid. I look forward to fighting alongside you all. And we alongside you. We're nearing the climax of this incident, everyone. No, we still got a ways left. Before the end comes, let's terminate Angra Manog no matter what. I have to equip new Shikigami. I have her and the Dogazer. Which one will be more useful? That's yet to be determined. I can't quick save here. You can't quick save in this room. Oh no, wait. I just had to try again. I had to reopen the menu. I hit that combo so many times. I hit R&L, it just wasn't working. I promise you. I'm gonna get an input display for the screen, huh? Alright, so she's got field stuff. So she's another Solar-Brain Shikigami who may be useful later on, but is kind of useless for right now. And is not good at random battles, so we put her on Oku. Poor Oku. What do you mean there's more treasure? Oh, we walked past these at the start of the cutscene, I see. By the way, to the, yeah, descriptions, right? All these? Yeah. See, now, I assumed this was like a Metroid reference, but it's not really. I don't think. Oh yeah, even like the key items you pick up, some of them have descriptions. Some of them don't. You get no elaboration on the diaper. We're still carrying that around, by the way. I don't know why. Alright, that's the first chunk of the castle. There's a lot more left, I promise. But now we can warp into middle. This is the part of the castle I probably remember the most. Well, it's more like this is the part I think of when I think of the Castle of Chaos. I think about this, like, Agrabah looking place here. There's a lot more to the castle than just this, though, I promise. The back player. I think she's recruitable, too. Alright, Dogazer already got something. He got Dispel, Destruction Beam. Okay. So he doesn't even get his, like, interrupting gaze for a while, huh? Is this just an edit? But why? You can just fast travel. Why bother? I don't need it. It makes no sense. Let's see. I'm gonna upgrade some of these. Oh, so this is what you need the Platinum Aura for? Okay. Now it'll make sense. I see. Got it. Wrong button. Those two. Actually, just as many as we can, really. I'm just gonna upgrade right now. Definitely want the Pendant of Wits. And I'll get the Magic Piercing as well. I don't think it's even that big of an increase upgrading it, but you might as well do it. Goggles that we didn't even upgrade. Right, you just get strength. That goes up strength 2. You get the Magic Piercing. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the Muscle Belt as well. You're super squishy. Okay. So we'll need to grind on tanks at one point in the future, I see. Fair enough. I'm capable now. Hey, what's this? Ah, it's these weird things. The Bushiasta, the nebulous Bushiasta. These are weak to element. Is it Earth? Thunder? Can't remember. My memories are foggy. On that note, I need to change Oku's weapon, like, right now, actually. Important that I do that. I mean, we have cold equipped. Try cold, I guess. I don't know. Can't go wrong with that. Unless they like it. Maybe it never bothered them anyway. I like the one on the back has a different eye color, too. Actually, if you look close, like, their head eye color and their belly eye color actually does match. Nice touch. I guess that's kind of a natural thing to do, but... oh, nice touch. Let's try Earth then. Might be Thunder. I think it's one of the two. And it's got a lot of HP, doesn't it? And damage is damage, though. Oh, not Apnea Rush. Not the Soldering Iron, not on Remy. Oh boy, okay. These things are kind of scary, actually, if they know Apnea Rush. Okay, they're weak to stab. I see. Okay, never mind. They're not threats anymore. Oh, didn't die. Ooh, you can learn new stuff. Let's teach you new stuff. Yeah, you have slash 17. You can also upgrade Holy Cross, so I'll put that on. Meteor Shower, it's everything, but it's not really that great. Actually, I guess Razor Wind's kind of worse. I'm just gonna immediately heal after that, by the way. Why not? All that was up here is just a single enemy. Okay, so recruit rate C. You guys exist. You're like physical elementals, I think, right? I'm gonna say that's the case. I probably use magic on you? I actually kind of forget somehow. I'll try physical too. I don't know. I'm really not so sure. I guess my memories and weaknesses are a bit foggy at this point in the game. Probably enough. Pretty powered after all. I should have been watching his weaknesses. It's okay, I'm sure I'll manage to kill him, get him registered. Maybe Mystic. There's gotta be a couple enemies that are weak to Mystic. Might be these guys. I'm not gonna take off the gold stuff yet. I should probably put in like New Way or something. At some point, maybe. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Oh, yep, they are weak to Mystic. That's it. They dropped a sword too. Plasma knife. Put it on later. So you're learning stuff. You're... Okay, oh, you can upgrade Glacial Crush. We just have to equip it first. That's not super useful. Okay. Yeah, I'll take Cerno off. We don't really need her anymore. Put on New Way. A bit of actual coverage. In addition, we can take a Fairy Maid off of you. Put her on Patchy, I guess. Maybe a bit silly because Patchy usually goes last, but I'll do it anyway. Nice if we can get the AoE off at the start, but I guess I could always just New Way at the start for Mystic, and that's not bad either. Staff of Despair. Put on the Rod of the Wizard again. I could give you something for magic. I think I'll give you one of my mystics, actually. One of my mystic casters. Marsa's good. Marsa is quite good. I forget what the Book of Five Rings is. I think when I first saw it, I was like, it's the Olympics book. It's not the Olympics book. I forget what it actually is, but I think it is a thing. So yeah, you are immune to physical, and you don't like mystic. Okay. Got it. That's fine then. You are weak to stab. Yeah, I established that earlier, actually. That's right. You drop a Red Bear Scorching Poison. Sounds cool, at least. Oh, so Raging Missile works for the enemy users, I think boss is just immune to it, but like that message probably doesn't pop up or something. That's kind of my guess. I don't know. Not coded right, maybe. Making sure I don't miss anything here. This place is kind of weird, I think. There's nowhere to go from in here, actually. It's just a dead end. Yeah, just do this. These guys should be squishy enough to go down before they really get to do much, I hope. The enemies aren't going to be that bad after dealing with the boss, probably. It was definitely a bit of a difficulty spike. Yeah, I can't go through there. It's stuck up here, though. Alright, let's check here first. Oh. Okay. I'm always surprised when the Touhou encounters show up, because I never really remember where any of them are. So they always seem so abrupt to me. But here's Lily. I feel like she's also a Fields Shikigami or something, but I don't really remember, honestly. Oh. Right, so that's just the thing that brings you down to low HP. Maybe, surely she doesn't get 1 million volts as a skill. That'd be weird. Yeah, it's free, might as well use it. Giga Filea. So it seems like she's a Thunder type Shikigami. Or at least a Thunder type mini boss. Weird. Alright, well, we'll put her on someone and start leveling her. Let's see. Should really get at least one more skill from you guys. So we don't need Circuit Queen in random battles, really. Okay, no, she's totally different. Oh, she has Jackpot. That's good for Remy. Cool. Okay. So she's just one of those ones who's totally different when you recruit her. Got it. Always fun. Scared. So she doesn't have anything that I really need to use right now, though. In any way. Oh, right, yeah, you need to use Glacial Crush and level it up so we can switch a weapon. Forgot about that. And you can one-shot the hard drives. There's some hard drives that look a little bit like that. They're like the skinny ones from laptops. Nothing to be scared of if we don't let them get a turn. Did I not get to use it there? I definitely chose it. Must have been to the fight before Byakuran got a turn. I'll remember next time, surely. So I think it... Oh, you can go through there. Oh, huh. Let's see. I think we have to go through here at this point. I think it might be the only way to go. So you can... I don't know. Hold on. Let me just double check real quick. It's weird how cheap magic is in this game, like offensive magic compared to support stuff and even attacks. Like, drag and drop are also a whopping 40. It's single target. Hopefully not gonna do as much as like really good magic. I guess it can crit. There's a couple Shikigami that let your magic crit in this too, I believe. But rare, of course. But I think that like what 280 base power freezing prison thing. I think that's what 14, 16 MP. I think it said it was. It's absurd. What were they thinking? No, it's okay. I love them. Hachikuma are the best. What were they cooking? Byakuren got dropped before she could use her thing there too. Yeah, I think I have to go through the door. Oh yeah, I think you go down the well and you come out another area over there or something. I think up here is forward, right? I don't know. I always forget. This is like sewers, yeah. It's familiar. I think there's new enemies down here. The White Dial. The Armed Turtle. So, quite the battery he's got there. Alright, to continue attempting to use Glacial Crush, please. And most of these things are going to be weak to water. Except the plant, probably. Plants love water, don't you know? Actually, I was supposed to water my plants when I got up this morning and haven't yet. Oops. Phaeton Amulet. That would have been useful earlier. I guess now it'll be useful later. Okay. Am I... Okay, now I'm not really caught up in your stuff. I need to level up Gigant Hit again. Let me do that. It's already on you. Lily got a skill. She got... Oh, so she does get electric stuff. Under. Inazuma Slash. So that's... Physical, yeah. I see. Okay. That could be useful on Remy in certain places then. That's nice. Doesn't seem like it's the strongest, but I guess it does hit everything. Oh boy, it's an entire map down here. Actually, they resist that. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess it would be good for Remy to have a way to hit everything. Actually, maybe I'll put Lily on her for now. Not a bad idea, right? Yeah, you resist water. Okay. It's fine, you got this. I used to be in the habit of doing stretches when I got up. I should really start doing that again. Good for you, I think. Right, so... We don't really need Moko right now, so let's put in Lily. Let's see how that goes for you. Someone I could put on here that's like about to learn a skill, maybe. Like their last skill or something. Lunasa gets 123. Oh, let's do Lunasa. I was trying to do that a couple days ago and it didn't really work out. These guys just drop pretty bangles, which are just materials. So they're nothing really that fancy. Give them the usual. The good thing I went out of my way to get Yuki on though. Would never beat those tanks otherwise. I mean, Absolute Zero might have been enough too. Just barely. I don't know. Probably wouldn't have one-shot him though. And that's what really makes the fights doable. The one-shot. So that's another... Oh, this is like connected to... For whatever reason, they connected this to a previous screen apparently. Unless that's some kind of mapping error. Weird. But this part's bigger than I thought it was. Board glass is cheaper, I should be using that. AoE magic is fairly expensive for this, it's just the single target one's not so much. Compared to physical and stuff. Well, we're gonna have to check out the paths eventually anyway. Oh, this goes out. To... Where I wanted to go. Good. Alright, let's go here then. This is probably just a dead end with stuff, if I had to guess. Is this like a dead end with one stuff? No, it's not. Okay. I was worried for a sec. But there are skeletons over here. The only light we... No, actually we have star. We're fine. Okay, all good. Getting cozy. I'll probably have a fairly short stream tonight compared to usual. Let's do like a little bit more of this area. I would like to finish it. Oh, that's gonna do 0 damage. But there's still a decent bit left, I think. So we'll see. I'm surprisingly hungry compared to how I thought I'd be. I don't do breakfast every morning necessarily, though I usually do tend to have something before I stream, but I slightly larger dinner last night, so I thought it'd be okay, but I've got the munchies, sadly. I'm in fact hungry. Although I am under 150 as of today. The weight loss journey is going really, really well. I would have to say, I think what made it difficult in the past, and it's gonna sound mean, I think my ex-wife was kind of holding me back. We would often try to lose weight together, but she'd kind of half-ass it. And I tell her, like, you don't need 4 slices of pizza. Like, you can have a quarter of this pizza instead of half of this pizza. You can save the other quarter for later. And she would usually have half, so be like, okay, I guess I'll have half too. Was I using her as an excuse? Yes. Yes, I was. But her presence still made it harder. So, hey, silver lining with everything, right? The worst can lead to good things. Maybe someday it'll lead to a better marriage. Who knows? I don't exactly meet many people, so... it'll come soon, probably. Oh, this is upsetting. But, part of the inspiration, he's been doing it for a while, that Simple Faith's lost, a lot of weight. He's down to like pretty healthy weight now. It's looking good. I think he like put out a video like about that a while back, or he talked about it sort of vivid. I don't really remember. That kind of like spurred me on, but it still took me like a year or two past that point to really like get on it, unfortunately. But here we are now. I've succeeded. It's scary. In fact, everything here is kind of new and scary and making me uncomfortable. It's not really gonna be good against those guys, actually, huh? He's pretty good. Honestly, even Byakuran can actually just attack here. I'm not gonna stop her. That's fine. Let's open with this to take out the Donnermeisters, I think. At least it's clear what type they are. Just by looking. Oh, nope, never mind, they're immune to that. The thing in Dragon Quest, you can never really tell like what an enemy is going to do or what stuff will work on it. There aren't really elemental weaknesses in Dragon Quest IV. But there are some enemies that just ignore magic completely, for example. Yeah, I was gonna say, this isn't gonna work. But there's no like indication, they're not like big mirrors or like anything like that. It's just like random juggling guys that I think ignore magic. I think they did, because my mage character, who's on auto control, wouldn't use magic on them. The AI seems to like know weaknesses, well, not weaknesses, they know like resistances and stuff. They also cheat and they know enemy HP. So they use like cheap attacks to finish off enemies. So they're pretty smart, but they do cheat. But that kind of clues you in, like, okay, maybe you can't use magic on these guys. There must be a reason that the AI is not doing it. But you would never know. None of the enemies have any, like, real visual indicators from that kind of thing at all. I see. Let's try Inazuma Slash. Actually, I don't know why I kept that as Inazuma Slash instead of optimizing it. Is there a reason? Is that like an attack from another game or something? Is that like a Saga thing? I'm not sure, actually. That's weird. Usually that'd be like Lightning Slash. Something like that. I'm not sure. Surely there's not already a Lightning Slash elsewhere in the game, is there? Yeah. In Dragon Quest, if you get put to sleep while you're asleep, it says that you fall into an even deeper sleep, and I think you would take even longer to wake up. Which is kind of funny, admittedly. What isn't funny is that I'm gonna die here. Oh, Mercer's alive. I didn't see that, actually. It was patchy. It depends on what this thing actually does, besides putting you to sleep, I guess. Does it do anything? We'll see. Yes, it does. Oh, it has breath. Okay, it's over. It's one of the strong breath attacks. Okay. Yeah, it puts you all the way over here. It's so weird. Middle 7. Right, yeah. That's weird. It puts you before the checkpoint room, I think. Like, isn't that where you'd warp to? I guess I'm not sure. I don't think I've actually warped there, but I would assume as much, probably. So you're just for materials. Stab and thunder. Okay. I understand. Okay. It is a bit early. I wanted to make it to the end of the area, but I'm actually gonna wrap up there. I know it's a bit fast. It's only 2 hours. And I started late. Apologies. I'll try to do better tomorrow. I'll catch up with the best area entries tomorrow, too. I want to go make some food and stuff.